Hello and welcome to your Northern Hemisphere Tropical Outlook. We'll be covering the Atlantic, the East Central Pacific, and over here in the Western Pacific. Right now there are no named storms, but there is still a lot to talk about. Our first area I want to get going on is this guy right here. We will see this guy has 100% in the next 2 days to form, or a near 100% chance. And this one, as you can see here, will generally not affect land. We might get some moisture over here in California, but there should be no issues with that one. The second area behind it has a 70% chance in the next 7 days, a 0% chance in the next 2 days, and that one seems a little more concerning, especially over here in Hawaii. I'll cover that in a bit. Over here, we have two different areas. We'll cover those in a bit later. This one down here has a 40% chance in the next 2 days, and the same in the next 7 days. And this one here has a 50% chance in the next 7 days to develop. So let's get right into it and covering that. Also in the Westpac, I will show you guys in a bit. But the Eastern Pacific is really ramping up. Also, I'll cover this little Gulf disturbance and if anything is actually going to form with that. So yeah, we got a lot to talk about in the Northern Hemisphere. Alright, we're going to start off with our GFS model here because it's not as accurate, but I think it gives a good idea of what systems we're looking at. First of all, in the Eastern Pacific, we are seeing this one. This one is almost guaranteed to form in the next day, I think, because we have so much confidence. And again, as the GFS is showing, this one could get pretty strong, but it will stay away from all land. And the GFS does spin up the second area. That's the one with the 70% chance. But I think this one could actually have a different track than what the GFS is showing. And we might have a third area behind this, but it's too far out to say anything about that. Alright, and here is the Euro AI model. This is a model I really like, and as you can see, it still spins up the same two systems, but as you can see here, it takes it off to the west. And there is also still picking up on a third disturbance as well. Again, the track on this one is still undefined, and right now the signal is kind of for a weak system. Over here in the Central Pacific, the GFS isn't really showing much spinning up. It's like showing a little area. Maybe that area spins up, or maybe it's highlighting this one here, but it doesn't keep any of these going. It just does nothing. The Euro AI, kind of the same thing. Nothing happens with these, so they're really no threat to land, I think, at least for now. Now, real quick coverage of the Atlantic with our Gulf disturbance over the weekend. This is our Friday, and as you can see, we have this Gulf disturbance in the Northeast Gulf. That has a very dwindling chance of anything developing, and the NHC isn't even highlighting it. Now, I do want to cover the Western Pacific with our Google Weather Lab AI model. This is my favorite AI model, as we can see all the ensembles, and we can see potential of formation. As you can see, we do have an area I think will form somewhere in the Philippine Sea, and will generally move west or northwestward. It's still way too far out to say, as I think development will be 5 to 7 days out. Though a lot of the ensembles are making this one strong. So if you're in the Philippines, Taiwan, China, anywhere in Japan, except maybe Tokyo area, I think you gotta watch that one. And then behind this, we have this area. Okay, over here in the East Pac, we have this area that's developing. It's not even really picking up on the other area, but it does pick up on another area south of Hawaii, and it shows this one potentially moving into the Western Pacific. Now, the most important part over here in the Eastern Pacific, which is the most intense basin right now, this is going to be our first storm likely to be named very soon. That would be our E-name storm. And again, this one does not seem to be much of a threat to land at all. But here is what worries me. We could have a strongish storm moving in the direction of Hawaii. See, the ensembles, they're like really around Hawaii. So I think this right now is probably our greatest threat to any land. And again, we have a 1 ensemble member, giving us a 2% chance of anything developing in the Atlantic. And the Atlantic, just nothing is going on. And even this one does pick up on a third area, but it's super unclustered. And that is all I have for you today. I will see you tomorrow.